Hello, I'm Shahmi and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I would like to discuss on the factors that affect a person's second language acquisition or learning. So, in the previous video, which is my latest video, I have recorded a conversation with my friend using our second language, which is English. Through the conversation, I have identified what could be the factors that could affect a person's second language acquisition or learning. Without further ado, let's jump into the first one. The first one is the age of a person first being exposed to the second language. There is a term of critical period for a person to acquire language. This critical period is the easiest time for any person to absorb any language. It could be the first language or second language. This period is from the person start being born until reach the age of the puberty. Based on researchers, they believe that language ability will decrease after puberty because of a person's brain is no longer flexible like before the puberty to absorb the language. So, it would be difficult to a person to acquire language after the age of puberty. Thus, it will slow down the person to speak in the second language than to the first language when the person acquires the second language after the age of puberty. The second one is the habits of practicing the second language in everyday life. As far as I know, this friend of mine, in the previous video that we had a conversation, he did not use English in his daily life when speaking to others, which this could affect the second language learning. As can be seen from the video, he took some time to speak in English rather than to Malay. He could have a fluent speech when using English if he uses it to talk to everyone every day, because practices makes perfect. I think not only him, majority Malaysian people tend to talk to other Malay or Chinese or Indian in Malay too, rather than to speak in other language. The third factor could come from the inner self of the person. As stated in Krashen's theory, affective filter hypothesis theory, there might be affective variables that affect a learner in learning second language. The affective variables could affect in a good or a bad way. It could enhance the learning progress, such as having a high motivation, having a high self-esteem, having low anxiety. Meanwhile, on the other hand, if a person have a low self-esteem, low motivation, and high anxiety, the learning progress might be affected in a negative way, which this I think might happen to my friend in the video because of his performance in using English as his second language. Last but not least, the factor that comes from the outside. For example, there is no supporting element for that person in learning second language. As an example, the person should be rewarded for his good progress in learning second language so that he feels more motivated, he feels more fun and supported to keep on continue improvising the learning progress instead of feeling depressed for the difficulties in learning that language. The reward could be anything that would motivate the person up and cheer him up. It might be food, it might be gadgets, it might be books or anything. But it would be better if we know what the person like and we bought it for him. So I think all four factors that I have given just now could be considerable the factors that could affect a person's second language acquisition or learning. I guess that is all for me. I'll be seeing you guys in the next video, so